HYBE has officially appointed Do-kyeong, a former VP of IPX, HYBE IPX, as a new CEO of ADOR, which signals a shift away from NewJeans' legacy and into a fully scaled business model as an label, I think. So what does this mean for NewJeans' future and for ADOR as an agency and HYBE's expansion strategy? And the upcoming ADOR boy group launch in the near future. So in this video, we're gonna break down all this good stuff while discussing this particular news. Okay, so let's start with official press release. ADOR appoints Lee Do-kyeong as new CEO, label operations to go full scale, reported on August 20th, 2025. HYBE sub-label ADOR has appointed Vice President Lee Do-kyeong as its new CEO. On the 20th of August, HYBE Music Group announced that ADOR has named Lee Do-kyeong, formerly a vice president, to lead the company going forward. According to ADOR, the appointment is aimed at entering a full-fledged phase of label operation focused on planning and managing artist activities such as album releases and concerts. Interesting. Last August, ADOR brought in HR specialist Kim Joo-young as CEO, as this lady. Her title was CHRO, right? Chief Human Resource Officer. But then last August, ADOR brought in her as CEO in order to stabilize the organization and management structure by separating production from corporate operations and relocating personnel accordingly. The board of directors believes that the goal has now been achieved and has selected Lee Do-kyeong, who is well versed in label management, to establish an operational system capable of both supporting artist activities quickly and driving business initiatives more aggressively as the label pursues growth alongside its artists. Lee Do-kyeong first joined HYBE in 2019 when HYBE was still the Big Hit Entertainment, contributing to company-wide vision and business strategy while leading various new ventures across the group. In 2022, she served as Vice President of IPX, which is HYBE's music group's artist IP business division, playing a key role in expanding solution-based businesses built around artist IP. She oversaw merchandise, pop-ups, and light stick operations for all HYBE Music Group artists, while planning and executing the large-scale collaboration project The City, which applied artist IP throughout the entire host cities to provide fans with multi-layered entertainment experiences. So to get some more context, let's look into HYBE's sustainability report that they released this year. So IPX, let's type it. Established Big Hit 360, now HYBE 360, and Big Hit IP, which is now HYBE IPX, in October 2019. That's when it was first established. HYBE IPX creates a variety of official merchandise that delivers unique enjoyment and emotional connection for fans by developing artist IPs and related news concepts such as character creation. These products are distributed through a global network of online and offline channels, including Weavers, pop-up stores, and concert venues. In addition to merchandise-focused IP collaborations and global licensing initiatives, HYBE IPX develops spaces that bring fans closer to the artists they love. All right, anything else? Okay, there you go. How about The City project? The City. Transforming entire cities where artists perform into themed venues dedicated to fans, advancing the fan experience. Are there any photos? Implementing fan engagement programs, including concerts, pop-up stores, and the City project. Okay, so this is the area where Lee Do-kyeong was kind of responsible for. Advanced the Weavers Customer Center, operated remedial procedures for violations of customer rights, operated a privacy grievance report channel, implemented fan engagement programs, including concerts, pop-up stores, and the City project. All right, here we go. Advancing the fan experience. The City project. Overview of the City project. The city project is HYBE's unique fan experience expansion event, transforming the entire city into a themed space and offering fans a multi-layered experience before and after the concert. So this was one of the key areas where Lee Do-kyeong made a contribution to as the VP of HYBE IPX. Okay, I'm not gonna read the full thing. Perhaps I should make a separate video going over this entire report. Anyways, back to today's news. Where are we? And with Lee's appointment, the article says, ADOR has established a more advanced organizational structure and gained the ability to immediately support artist activities. ADOR is currently home to the girl group NewJeans, and in June, they launched the 2025 ADOR Boys Global Edition to recruit members for an upcoming next-generation boy group, signaling preparations for a new artist debut. Okay, so that was a pretty straightforward and short press release. And let's briefly talk more about her. First of all, this is her photo that was included in the reports or the press release. If you visit her LinkedIn profile, it doesn't really say much. So this is her experience. She graduated from Yonsei University, which is one of the most popular and famous universities in Korea. And she interestingly started her career as a musician, music artist. Between March 2007 and August 2013. Now, I tried to look into like which group she was part of or her musician name, but I saw a specific name, but I could not confirm whether it was her or not. But I just simply wanted to point out that she once upon a time was a musician. I'm not sure if she still writes or performs though. And then she was a consultant at IBM between 2012 August and August 2015 for 3 years and 1 month. And she was a consultant at Kearney for 4 years and 1 month. And then she moved over to HYBE, where she has been working for 6 years and 1 month and counting. First, she was a business strategy specialist since August 2019 until July 2021. And then she worked as an IPX vice president between August 2021 and July 2024 for 3 years, responsible for merchandise, pop-up store and retail, advertisements, license, brand collaboration, Lightstick, and the City Project, as we just talked about. And then she was a business specialist. Okay, that's her current title, business specialist, August 2024 to the present, while she was serving at ADOR. And of course, I'm sure she will update her profile now that she's appointed as the CEO of ADOR. And then what else? If you click on all activities, she has made some posts about the progress on the city project, like NHYBE Fate Plus, the city Jakarta, in collaboration with the Jarum's subsidiary GDP. We have worked with Springboard. It is being grandly underway. We pay close attention to everything from finding great partners to detailed project planning, on and on. Check out the heat of the Indonesian engine in the video below. So that was a city project for NHYBE and engines, their fandom. What is this? BTS pop-up. Okay, a year ago she shared a BTS pop-up, and then this was for NewJeans Do-kyeong fan meeting, Lightstick project. And then 17, the city project in Korea, in Incheon and Seoul. All right. So, yeah. But since then, for a year, she didn't share much. And that's understandable because a year ago, last year, she started to work at ADOR. And guess what happens if you gain a position within ADOR last year? You get attacked by NewJeans supporters. And that's exactly what happened. So here's an article from September of 2024, written by Lee Seom-myung, the journalist of Sports Kyoengyang. So you know what kinds of position this article would take or stance. The title is HYBE tightens the screw, or even producing NewJeans becoming difficult for NewJeans. And it says, although HYBE publicly claimed it was separating production from management when it removed NewJeans from her CEO post at ADOR, internal documents revealed that she was not actually given control over any production departments, while she kept her title as producer. All artist-related teams, artist development, content planning, performance direction were placed under the authority of executive director Lee Do-kyeong. And I think this is one of the first instances where the public got to know about her, Lee Do-kyeong. And the article says, as a result, even if NewJeans remained the credited producer of NewJeans, she could not push through any real production or planning decisions without approval from Lee Do-kyeong's side. So that's what the article said while talking about NewJeans and while mentioning Lee Do-kyeong's name. And she was appointed as one of the internal director of ADOR on August 2nd, 2024. Okay? And then, that's not it. Remember what I just said? This happened to Kim Joo-young, the CEO, the former CEO of ADOR as well. But if you start to work at ADOR after NewJeans got demoted and quit, you get attacked by her supporters and some NewJeans fans. Notice how I use the word some NewJeans fans. Because here's an article, also from last year, saying NewJeans fandom files criminal complaints against ADOR CEO Kim Joo-young and executives. A group of NewJeans fans, known as Team Bunnies, announced it would file a criminal complaint with the police against ADOR CEO Kim Joo-young, Vice President Lee Do-kyeong, there we go, and HYBE executives Park Tae-hee and Cho Sung-hoon. They claimed Kim Joo-young and Lee Do-kyeong obstructed NewJeans' career by failing to protect the members' entertainment activities and ignoring internal demands that would benefit the group. In addition, Park and Cho Sung-hoon were accused of illegal access, theft, and leaking of personal information in an organized effort to damage the group's reputation in the media. We have already discussed about this stuff last year on my channel, so I'm not going to cover the whole thing. Anyways, the formal complaint was prepared by Korean law firms like Opus and Sewar, whatever, allegedly supported by an attorney working at a major U.S. law firm, according to the Team Bunnies. But I think recently, according to HYBE, all these charges were like basically, how should I say? So charges were cleared. I should double check whether that's true or not. Specifically, actually, I will double check later and then mention it if I find anything new. Anyways, so that was what happened. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because I was going to say to Lee Do-kyeong, good luck with your future, because you might have to persevere all the hate and violent criticism from NewJeans supporters. But I guess she has already been through that. So I'm sure she knows exactly what she has to deal with. Now, fast forward to today. ADOR, is now under new leadership with a clear business mandate, at least based on what we see from these press releases. NewJeans is gone. Now, Lee Do-kyeong, the very executive who once held the production departments during the freeze-out, now holds the CEO title outright. So HYBE's messaging emphasizes stability, scalability, and the launch of a new boy group, right? Through the 2025 ADOR Boys Global Edition, Boy Group Global Edition. But I feel like the ghost of NewJeans and the 2024 controversy, tensions continues to hover, for Lee Do-kyeong. because they have to deal with the question of what ADOR's identity is. You know what I'm saying? Because so far, NewJeans is still the only IP under the label, but NewJeans is not working anymore, or at least they're not willing to work under the current ADOR. And officially, HYBE says that her appointment is meant to usher ADOR into a full-scale label operation system. But perhaps unofficially, it strengthens what some industry insiders have suspected for months, that ADOR is simply moving on. Because, like I discussed in this video with this thumbnail several days ago, the label quietly changed its domain from adore.world to adoredition.world. And NewJeans was scrubbed entirely from the homepage, replaced by HYBE's corporate name and a new project, the 2025 ADOR Boys Global Edition. So, while NewJeans fades from ADOR's official channels, preparations for a next generation boy group debut are accelerating, it seems. And yet, like I said, ADOR has spent the past year battling in court on NewJeans' behalf. So they are still doing their job to protect NewJeans as artists and as IP. Like in June 2004, the label filed parallel civil and criminal suits against a YouTuber who had uploaded sexually harassing edited videos implying, obscene acts involving the members in their imaginary world. And ADOR appointed internal legal counsel, hired outside attorneys, and even went to a U.S. federal court to obtain the man's identity from Google. And this year, in June, the Western District Court sided with NewJeans and ordered the offender to pay nearly 29 million Korean won in damages. All right, so that happened. And for Haerin and Hain, the amount was even higher because they were minors at the time. Also, prosecutors concluded the case against a 28-year-old man who trespassed twice into the group's former dormitory, stealing items like clothes hangers and filming the inside. And the members had already moved out, but the intrusion unsettled the fans, and the man admitted guilt and received a 10 million Korean won fine, which is a sentence lighter than the prosecution's recommended prison term. So all of this unfolded in parallel to the contract crisis. If you remember, ADOR and NewJeans met in court-led mediation over the validity of the exclusive contract, and the mediation fell apart. And now they're going to meet again next month in September. But at the end of the day, the controversy and the legal battle, still goes on. So up to now, ADOR's messaging has emphasized legal protection and artist support, even as the company is sort of tries to distance themselves from NewJeans when it comes to the public-facing identity, like on the website, and structurally prepares for life after them, which is totally understandable, because even though ADOR has continued to express that they want NewJeans back and they are willing to work with them, NewJeans members have said that they have already crossed the line and there's no way they're going back. So Do-kyeong's appointment that we have heard about today makes that direction more explicit. Unlike her predecessor, Kim Joo-young, who was brought in as an HR specialist to stabilize operations, Do-kyeong is like a battle-tested HYBE operator who previously oversaw merchandising, pop-ups, light sticks, rollouts, and large-scale collaboration projects like The City. So her role is not to manage chaos, so to say, but to grow a business. Let's do some actual music and K-pop business. So in HYBE's eyes, from their perspective, ADOR is, or rather should not be longer. Sorry, what am I saying? ADOR is no longer a one artist creative label. It should be an enterprise that must deliver new properties and new revenue streams, and most of all, new artists, since their only one and only artists are not doing their job. And that leaves a question. Was ADOR's protection of NewJeans over the past year proof of loyalty, or rather a final act of cleanup before the break? Who knows? Maybe Kim Jo-young and the staff were genuine about, their expressions of hope that NewJeans will be back so that they could work together. Maybe, or maybe not. So I'm kind of curious about that. Not that it matters in any way. But now that the domain has changed and the boy group auditions are moving forward and a new CEO has been installed, does ADOR even plan to remain a home for NewJeans? Or is the fate already sealed? So that's another question I have in mind. So, or maybe is this simply what label evolution looks like? Or is it the clearest sign that HYBE has already written NewJeans out of ADOR's future? Let me know your thoughts. And I want to wish Do-kyeong the best and luck for her future as the CEO of ADOR, because some might say it's like the position is like a poison goblet. But anyways, I'm sure she will kill it. All right, leave your thoughts, but when you communicate by writing comments, let's stay positive, respectful, and classy. Thank you guys. Peace and love. Bye-bye.